started.
Okay, if everybody else won't get on, as you start to make the group, I can make a group and then kind of demonstrate that. So what you'll need to do is get into the OK College Start account. If you don't know how to do that, we will not cover that here. You will need to talk to your counselor about that. They will help you get logged in. You'll go to, when you get into your account and it says your name, you will need to go to your school. In this case, I don't want to change my school, but you'll go to your school. It'll give you the Lawton Public School options for schools. Even the middle schools will be included, some of the middle schools anyways. And so you'll need to select MacArthur. Then it will take you to this page. You'll choose the students and groups, because that's what you're doing. You're creating a group. After you've created a group, then you'll go to reports and you'll create a report about your group. So you have the student groups and you just track down just a little bit as you're building your group, and you go to group builder. And now I'm going to name my group. So I'll name this test group. Well, in this case, let's just say I'll say day advisory, because that's what I would suggest you do. Now you get to assign the group. Now, because I'm not a teacher in here, I'm going to assign it to Miss Henderson. But I would suggest you sign it to yourself. I've talked to Miss Henderson about that, and she said to sign it to yourself. Then you'll continue. Now it's time to build your group. So let's say my first student is Julian Davis. So if I put Julian Davis in here and I'm searching for him, it says it's not here. Now I do know he is here, but for some reason, now some people's names will come up, some people's will not. But when I go to search for Davis, his name comes up. So I would suggest putting in their last name on your roster. Just start with last names. Then I will assign Julian to my group and I will add him. So once I add him, then it's saved. So each student you have to add, then it is saved. So I will add him. So it says one added to my advisory. Once I have my group listed, I can check. I don't think my free meeting will end in 10 minutes. So I'm not going to upgrade at this point. I don't think any of you guys want me to do that. Then I can check my group and see over here if I got everybody. So I'm going to view the group. Okay, I got Julian. Let's say I go through and I'm going to look at my roster and I'm going to go through and check everybody to make sure I got everybody on my roster. I'm going to go through this group builder and check. Let's say I have 20 kids. Check. Then I got them all checked. Then I'm going to clear that because I don't want to delete them. I don't want to remove them from the group. I'm just using this as an exercise to make sure I have everybody in my group. I would say this exercise right here, just adding each one of them, you'll never have to do it again this year. You do it one time. It might take you, 10 minutes or something like that. Then after I've got my group, I'm going to build my report. And so I go to reports and I'm going to create a new report because I want to see how Julian's doing and all my other students. Once I go to create a new report, I'm going to, the tracking progress that I'm doing is I'm going to look to see how he's doing through our curriculum. How is he doing through the LPS curriculum? So I'm going to assignment and curriculum. And then I'm going to choose the curriculum that we're going to work on. And I only have one option because I'm with the Lawton Public Schools. Then I'm going to, it says which grade. I'm going to do the 9th grade. Choose the report breakdown. I want it just to be none at this point. I don't need to say if they're what the boys and girls are doing or the graduation year or anything like that at this point. I'm not going to filter by any of these things. I'm not going to filter by graduation year. This is going to be the most basic report. So I'm going to filter by, I'm going to choose my group though. That's the only one you have to choose here. Filter by group, yes. I'm going to filter my group. So I'm going to go down to day advisory. That's the group I'm choosing. Now I'm going to continue because none of the rest is, I'm filtering. Display graphs, yes. Now I'm going to create the report. So let's see how Julian's doing on this. Okay, so Julian, now I don't know that Julian even does this. You know, he's a senior, I'm not really sure. And it says he's in 9th grade. Maybe that's part of the problem. He's not in 9th grade. But anyways, he generated a report for us. How much did he complete of the 9th grade curriculum? He created nothing. He didn't do any of it. And 0% of the 4 areas. So if you have a 9th grader, there'll just be 4 areas. And then you can put on Julian and you'll have a little bit more information about view his portfolio if you really need to get individual with the kids. Okay, so is there any questions about that? And that's it. From then on, once you pulled your group, all you gotta do is go to reports and check on the kids. I could display Tiffany's, but I don't think that's necessary, probably, because hers is all filled out and stuff, but I don't want to violate FERPA, and I don't think that's really necessary. I don't think this display is that difficult. Once you get in here, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to be able to see how they're doing.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And while I was busy in the options, I might have missed you say this. Can you make a report for all of your grades? Like in my SEL class, I have a selection from every grade, 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Can I make one master report that shows me all of my students, or do I have to make individual grade reports for each section of students?
I've actually addressed this with Miss Henderson. We talked through it. She's made more reports than I have. She suggests just doing 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, doing that initially. Then after that, I would suggest if you want to kind of say, hey, I just want to try something different. I want to see if I can, then at that point, you might want to try something else and filter it.
Yeah.
But that's her suggestion. It's just doing it one at a time.
Elise, do you have any suggestions if they can't find a student?
You can, I don't know if you have their ID number. You could try, I have actually had to go like all the 9th graders and then look for it alphabetically. It is done alphabetically at that point. One time I think I did have to do it that way.
Please,
Yes.
they also have to activate their account for the first time before it's going to come up.
Okay, how do you do that?
They just have to log in for the first time. We have some students that haven't even logged into okcollegestart.org.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay. Okay. So what she's saying is some students aren't in this
Mhm.
because they're the ones that have to initiate it originally. They will need to do that on their Chromebook. They can't do that. They actually have to go. The way I understand that is they have to go over here to their Google Apps and their grid. And when they come to their grid at the bottom, there'll be whether it's a Clever OK College Start account. Then once they open that app, they will begin the process of them logging into their account. But they have to originally go through the grid, is how I understand it from your tech guy. We've actually talked.
Oh, it'll work. You can try and try it, but I doubt it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Maybe change it to the other slot. I've done both.
Is there another question? So it might be just that they're not in it. And so then you will have to go talk to the student and find out why they're not in it and see if they've logged into their grid. And it might be that simple.
Another thing, Elise,
Mm-hmm.
on when you go in to actually make your groups, if you want to do one that is multi-level 9 through 12,
Mm-hmm.
at the very top, you simply choose the drop-down button that says all students, and don't do the little indicator where you're only selecting 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th. If you don't select a group, then it includes all of our students.
So this is in the search for students?
Yeah, this isn't, in the, when you first begin to search for student, make your group, where they're going in to make their group.
Right?
You'll see at the top that you can search, just say, all students, MacArthur High School. And then down in the middle where you have an option to pick 9th, 11th, or 10th graders, don't do that one. It'll include everybody then. And
Is
so
that
you
in
can't-
this space right here when I'm doing the group builder here? That's this isn't here, right?
No,
Just
up
when
there in
finding students.
reports, when you go up to reports right here,
Yep.
and then you come down and you hit the create the report. And then you go to assignments and curriculum right here. And then where this one where it says choose the students, just do Lawton Public Schools. Don't
Mhm.
choose one of them, just put all, or just leave it as blank and it'll go to all. And then scroll all the way down to the bottom and just hit the button to continue, and it'll make the report using doing all levels.
When I choose this, I have to, it's Lawton Public Schools. When my only choice here is Lawton Public Schools. When I select
Uh-huh.
page you'd like to include, I don't have the option for all.
You don't have the option.
I
for all.
don't.
do.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I just leave mine totally blank on that one. Choose page.
And it doesn't give me the option to do blank.
Yeah, mine does. And I
Okay,
don't know if the rest of the teachers do or not, but mine does. And
No,
so
it
I
doesn't.
think-
It doesn't leave us an option for blank. It looks exactly like the screen share.
Okay. I'll have to try to figure that one out, see if there's a way that we could do a multi-level one. That would be so much easier. I can see all of the students all together.
yeah, I don't see, select the years you want to include. I filter by graduation years. I could, maybe if I filtered by this.
No,
then-
that's the
no.
one I'm saying to leave exactly like you had it, and then you would have them all.
Yeah, no, I don't
Postpone.
get the option up here for that.
Dang. Wish you did.
Yeah. So, no, this, when I pick yes here, I get